25th and Larimer is a mixed-use development built out of 29 reclaimed shipping containers. And I think we're about 8,200 square feet with 10 different leasable spaces. And the goal for the project was to really create a density, and that was part of the reason we thought containers were a good choice is the building form, because they're small. You can create almost like playing with Legos. You can create a variety of different small spaces that fit what we thought was a need in the neighborhood.
I think the most challenging part of this project was the actual cutting of the shipping containers to open them up. We didn't realize how thick the metal is on these containers. They're made to travel the open seas for 20 years, and it's a core tin metal, and it takes a considerable amount of effort just to cut the holes and re-support it. So it's not as easy as you would think to put a project like this together.
So when we bought this lot about 3 years ago, we knew it was an emerging neighborhood, but I always saw this lot at 25th and Larimer as kind of the gateway into the ballpark or Rhino neighborhood as a whole. And a few years ago, there were things happening over here, but it was kind of patchwork. When you turned off Broadway onto Larimer, it was dark, and you really didn't know if you were in the right spot. So we wanted to create, again, with that density and a variety of amenities, we wanted to create a kind of like the hub. When you turn onto Larimer, you know that you're now in a neighborhood that's worth exploring, and I think we achieved that with our project.
It's a smaller scale project on a corner that actually allows beautiful views of downtown Denver. It had incredible reuse of recycled products. We have 29 shipping containers, which are all used, that we purchased from a shipping yard locally in Denver. We used the rest of the project is a considerable amount of steel, which is generally 80% recycled product. So we're reactivating this corner and reactivating shipping containers.
And with the success of the tenants we put in with Working Class and Cart Driver and Huckleberry and Topo Designs, these really dynamic retail restaurant offerings, now I'd say when you come here on a weekend night, it's one of the more lively intersections in the city. It's just incredible. And you see that with pedestrian traffic, the bikes chained up outside, you see families, young kids. It's just, you didn't see that before this project was completed.
It has incredibly activated a corner which in the past has been rather slow.
We wanted to drive the tenant curation a little more, and we knew that if you put a sign up and just solicited offers, it might influence how the project ultimately turns out. So we right from the start, we said we know that we want to have this use, this type of tenant, and it was more, I guess the way I'd look at it is we didn't just want like a coffee shop. We wanted a small local roaster who roasted their beans in Denver that wanted to open a retail shop. We didn't just want a soft goods retail store. We wanted someone who made their apparel and backpacks in Colorado. Same thing with the restaurant Working Class we're in right now. We had people that heard about the project that were willing to pay well above what we were asking once they saw what the containers were. But we were more interested in a neighborhood restaurant at the right price point that could get people back once or twice a week.
We all get along with the restaurants and the office people, and everybody feeds off the energy. And I think I'm the oldest tenant in this project by a long shot, and I love all the youth that wanders around here and comes and goes, and it's just got a lot of energy.
We've done other projects before that have great tenants and I think have decent architecture and design, but this just it creates like a visceral feeling when you're in it. It's different, and that was the aha moment. It was like we gotta give this a shot here. We gotta bring this to Denver.